What's up guys, thank you for watching JGTechBlog. For today's video we have the MOTO E5 PLUS. This is the newest phone that just came out from Metro PCS. Boost Mobile also is carrying the MOTO E5 as well as the T-Mobile. This is going for $149 at Metro PCS. Let's go ahead and talk about the specs. So you have a 4G LTE enabled phone. It's running Android 8.0, so it's not the 8.1. It's a 6-inch HD plus display. It's rocking a 12 megapixel rear camera and then 8 megapixel in the front facing camera, and 32 gigabytes of ROM, 3 gigabytes of RAM, so that's pretty good. So multitasking is going to be a little bit better on this than the LG Stylo 4 because that one had a 2 gig, this is a 3 gig. And last but not least, you're running a 1.4 gigahertz octa-core processor. This is running, if I'm not mistaken, the 435 Snapdragon processor. And then looking at what's inside the phone, you're going to have the phone itself, the embedded battery, which, great news, is actually rocking a 5,000 milliamp battery. This is one of the biggest reasons why people are going to get this phone. It is actually because of the battery, and it is not removable. You have the SIM card, the turbo charger with the USB data cable. We got to see if that's going to be USB-C or not, and the quick start guide. All right, without further ado, let's go ahead and open this phone. There it is. That's the MOTO E5. Honestly, holding it for the first time, you can really tell this is a heavy phone. This is because of the 5,000 milliamp battery that's in the phone. It is really heavy, so that's actually one of the first things that I can tell compared to the other phones that I've been unboxing. I haven't really felt a phone this heavy in a while now. Before we go into the phone, let's go ahead and look in the box. So you have your SIM card, the SIM eject tool, you have the startup guide, you have the turbo charger. This will give your phone a 6-hour charge in just 15 minutes. Let's go ahead and check if this is a USB-C. As you guys can see, this is just a normal micro USB and is not the USB-C that I thought I was gonna have. And that's all you have. So again, the first thing that I can realize from the phone is the weight of it. Looking at the design itself, it looks really amazing actually. If you look at the back of the phone itself, it has this kind of wave. This unique blue mineral color is actually exclusive to just Metro PCS and T-Mobile. So you have on the right hand side, the volume rockers and the power button. You see that rugged texture that's on top? This will allow you to actually differentiate between the power button and the volume rocker. You have the SIM card slot on the left hand side, the micro USB slot down at the bottom, noise cancellation also on the bottom. So you have the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack at the top, and then look at the front, you have the 6-inch display. You have the flash at the top, the sensor, and the 8 megapixel front facing camera. So looking at the back, you have a really glossy finish, and I really recommend you get a case as soon as you get this phone because it seems like the fingerprints automatically go on there as soon as you start using it. You then have the Motorola icon at the back, and then the 12 megapixel rear camera with laser autofocus and the LED flash. All right, looking at the front, let's go ahead and turn on the phone itself. There's the display, and you have the Motorola icon right down at the bottom. Let's turn this on.
Hello, Moto.
Alright guys, now that I'm looking at the phone itself, the display looks amazing from the front. It's not as good as the Q7 or the LG Stylo 4 when I was doing a review for them, but this is actually not too bad as well. It's pretty snappy, there's no lag. When I was multitasking, that could be because of the 3 gigabyte of RAM. Looking at the storage, you have 5 gigabytes already used from the 32 gigabytes, and that went into the operating system. So you are running the 8.0.0. This is at Android Oreo, but the issue is it's not the newest one, like 8.1 that's already coming pre-installed on the Stylo 4 or the LG Q7. All right, some really cool features about this phone. If you go into Moto Actions, you already have 2 actions that are already enabled, chop twice for the flashlight and twist for quick capture. So let's go ahead and try that. So if the phone is off, and you shop twice, it automatically turns on the flash. You see again how my fingerprints are already going on there. This is really bad. So yeah, make sure you get that case. All right, shop again to turn off. Let's go ahead and check out the other action, which was twist for quick capture, meaning if I twist it twice, automatically the camera will come on. If I twist it again, the front facing camera will turn on. This is pretty cool actually. I haven't seen this in any different phones. This is an awesome feature from Motorola. All right, let's see if I do it again. What will happen? It will just go back to the rear camera. Let's go ahead and check out the camera itself though. So you have different options. You have the photo modes and then you have video modes. If you just click on here, you have slow motion, And then I'm gonna do an in-depth camera review for the Moto E5 versus the Stylo 4. Make sure you subscribe so you can be updated when that video is uploaded. Looking at the camera, let's go ahead and take some pictures of the phone box and see how well this will come out. If the light is too dark, you can actually just click on it and you could raise the exposure if you want a lot or less, depending how much you want. Then let's go back out. Say if I wanted the background to decrease the contrast or raise it completely on the photo, you can do that. Okay, now let's go ahead and check out the front-facing camera. That's pretty cool, actually, not bad. Let me see if I can raise the exposure on that. Yeah, you can do the same thing. See, I can increase the exposure that's in the back like I did in the rear camera. But I would actually just keep it automatic and let it do its magic on its own. Looking at the phone itself, I'm honestly impressed at the design and the display, but it's not as good as the LG Stylo 4 or the LG Q7. But for the $149, you really can't beat that. It looks pretty nice. If you look into the control center, you have the battery saver mode. And then I'm realizing that you actually don't have the NFC option. For those that have that as important for them, they would actually keep that in mind that you don't have the NFC. I was actually doing multitasking on this phone to see how well that 3 GB was working, and it honestly worked flawlessly. Didn't have any lags. It was working pretty fine. So that 3 GB really came into handy, knowing that if you want to multitask on this, it'll really help out. Let's go ahead and check out the speakers on this phone. So I'll turn on a video. What's up, guys? Thank you for watching JGTechBlog. For today's video, we have the all-new LG Stylo 4. This is a much... That's actually not bad at all, because the speakers are in the front. They're not on the sides or at the bottom like other phones. So you can act, if you're watching a video, the sound is directly towards you, and that's it's pretty loud. So let's see if this is the loudest it can get to. Yeah. Phone. Everybody's been waiting for it. So it's pretty. So the sound is not as loud as actually the LG Stylo 4, but it's actually more clear. So you don't hear a lot of noise in the background. It's just very clear when you're listening to it. This is a 1080p video, really high quality volume. And then if I go into the settings and I want to change the quality to 1080p, you actually don't have that option. So you're stuck at 720p. It's still not bad at all, honestly. But for those that really want to go above and beyond, you really can't get that feature on this phone. Alright, there you guys have it. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe and see you guys in the next one.